Hi, this is Corinna. This is my first time as a YouTuber, and I am just so excited to be able to. Sorry, I have a lisp. I have a retainer, and I have to keep it in all day. Don't judging. um, I'm just so excited to be a part of the YouTube channel. I have never created videos before. This is my first one, and it's going to be a deep one. So get ready for some amazing tips on how to deal with depression and OCD. This is something that I've been going through that I don't know if I would say passionate about, but that I am trying to figure out. And maybe that's a bad way to think about it, trying to figure it out, because I tend to overanalyze things. But anyways, I'm trying to work through it. And I admit I have been slacking. I've been going backwards a little bit, then I may go forwards, then I go backwards. Um, but I'm so glad that the grace of God is amazing, more than I can even comprehend right now. I feel like such a hypocrite saying that, but um, it really is true, and I need to remind myself of that. So glad that I don't have to be perfect and have everything figured out. That's something that I'm still struggling with and learning as well. But anyways, enough to say. Depression is a real thing. Clinical depression, to my understanding, is I think there may be some chemicals in your brain that cause you to be depressed, that cause you to, I'm not an expert in this, but maybe I should research more to be more informed. But it's basically just when it's more than just a little case of the blues. It's very serious condition that, if not dealt with, could result in a loss of life. It could result in someone possibly taking their life. I have personally been at that point before many times, so I can attest very clearly to say that it is definitely something that you want to take care of, that you do not want it to be chronic. I've been depressed for many years. My parents divorced when I was 3. I was a very naughty child, and I don't mind sharing this publicly because I hope that it will help someone, maybe someone in my shoes. Excuse me, I'm not quite sure when my depression started, but I think it started around junior high or after that time, maybe into high school. I didn't really know that I was depressed until later on into my adult life after high school. I didn't think depression could happen to me. I didn't quite know what it was. But when I started seeing the signs, I realized that I was actually really depressed. And I still am struggling with that to this day. It has gotten better, but I still struggle with it, and I need to maintain strength and actually work at and pray about it more than I am right now. But it's when something, the chemicals in your brain are not quite right, and it can cause you to have a loss of appetite. You get a loss of interest in, let's see, anything really. Things that you used to enjoy, you no longer enjoy. People that you used to like to be around, you may not like to be around people. You just maybe want to be left alone. You may want to sleep more. You may start to sleep more than you usually do. I used to sleep 12, 13-hour days for a long time, for about several months to a year. And I wouldn't eat anything. I was very dehydrated, very malnourished. My world was in my room, in my bed. This was a couple of years ago. I came back from a job in a different state. I was going to college in a different state, and over the summer I decided to stay in that state after school. And then that way I would be in the area when it was time for school to come back again. So that was in 2014 when I was working in another state, and I could not take it anymore. Something was definitely wrong. a shame that I let it get to that point. But I did. I cracked and I couldn't handle it anymore, and I just knew something was wrong. So I came home and I actually had the parts that I talked to you about, that I'd lay in my bed. I didn't have a job. I couldn't function. It was just a big mess, and I won't go into too much detail about it, but depression can really play tricks with your mind. And so I just wanted to put that out there, that depression is a real thing for anyone who doesn't know about it, doesn't think that it's a real thing, or maybe that it can't happen to you, but it can. It can happen to anybody. It could be because of a lack of a certain chemical in your brain or something like that, or it could be because of something that has happened to you in your life, or both. So I need to do some more research on that, to be honest, but I have experienced it. I didn't get out of bed, didn't shower, didn't do any of those things, and so I just wanted to give you a brief overview of what depression is and how serious it is. I thought I was going to die. I did. And I did nothing about it, and I don't know why. But now I am doing something about it, and I need to still do more about it, so that is the good thing. I have a few tips on when you're depressed. Don't let it get to, months, or don't let it get to years. Don't let it get to years, because then it becomes chronic and it becomes harder to get out of it. So that's my advice to you, is don't do what I did. Don't let it get that bad. Some basic tips to when you are depressed, to keep you going: eat regularly and eat healthy. Make sure that you are eating from all the 5 food groups. You can go to Google or some search engine and download like printable health chart or something like that, or printable food chart or meal planner or something like that. You can probably think of one that will come up. I use one, a kid's one. I have it here in this folder. It is from Nourish Interactive, chefsouls.com. You can see it here. It is basically for kids, but I don't care. I still like it. It tells you to eat grains, veggies, fruits, milk, meat, and beans, and then it reminds you to exercise, and it has stars for each day of the week, and you just fill in those stars whenever you eat from that food group. So that's a great resource that you can use. From the same site, there's an exercise tracker for Sunday through Monday, and it you can do 15-minute intervals, and you can color in a star when you get to 1 hour of exercise. So those are some resources that I use. Some other tips when you're depressed: make sure that you take a shower. You get up in the morning, you hit the floor, pray whatever you got to do. God, please help me make it through this day. And you get in the shower as soon as you get up. If you're really depressed, you really need to do this. Some people are able to maybe have some devotional time if they're a Christian or they believe in God. But I would recommend, just as soon as you get up, hit your alarm clock off, make your bed. That way your bed is made. It's not a huge deal if you don't make your bed, but you can feel better about yourself if you do make your bed, and it makes it look neat. You don't want clutter in your room. That could make you more depressed, because maybe you would, for those of us who have minds that go in 100 million different directions, that's not good to have a cluttered room. So don't have a cluttered room. Make your bed, get up, turn the alarm clock off, make your bed, get in the shower, and as you're in the shower, think through your day, what you're doing. What's my day like today? I suggest making a schedule. something to kind of guide you. If you don't stick by it, like a Nazi, it's okay. I mean, like, strictly, it's fine. I struggle with that sometimes, being able to stray off of my schedule in a healthy way. Like, if something comes up, you need to make a change to your schedule, just discern when that's okay and when you're just avoiding something. Now, that's different. So, consider making a schedule to help you out with that, and just improvise when necessary. So you get in your shower and you're going through your head what your day's going to be like. You get ready for the day. Make sure that you wear regular clothes, meaning like, jeans or shorts, whatever season it is outside. Just make sure that you're not wearing your pajamas all day, because that tends to make you want to go to sleep or, be lazy or something like that. Stay hydrated. After you get ready, eat breakfast. I recommend eating some grains, whether it's oatmeal or like a whole wheat cereal. Try to go whole grain. That's the best for you because it has all three parts of the grain, which I'm not going to list because you don't need to know that right now necessarily. But if you want to know, you can look them up. So stay hydrated. Eat a good breakfast. Let's see. Do something spontaneous once in a while. So you have this schedule, but do something spontaneous once in a while, because we all need to break away from our schedules, just like we all need a break from work. So do something spontaneous, like visiting someone, going shopping, maybe going on a day trip, something like that, or maybe even a weekend trip. That would be great. Speaking of showering, also exercise. Exercise is really important for your body, really important for your brain. Preaching to myself, I don't get enough of it. I try. Just try fast walking. If you're not a runner, okay, that's okay. You don't want to run too much anyways, because you're going to tear up your joints. So I would recommend fast walking. Running is okay, whatever. That's up to you. Just exercise. Make sure you exercise at least 20 minutes a day. Another thing that is good to do is to make some goals. Don't be afraid to make goals. I've been afraid of making goals because I'm afraid of commitment. But don't be afraid of that. It's okay to commit to something. You may have been hurt in the past by maybe your church, like committing to too many things, and so now you just kind of don't want to do anything. Well, if you don't do anything, you're never going to get anywhere in life, and your depression is going to worsen. So, also preaching to myself. Make goals, make them specific. Say, I'm going to go into my closet and I'm going to, this is just an example, I'm going to get clothes out that I don't wear anymore, and I'm going to donate them to, say, Goodwill. Like I did that the other day. And say what day you're going to do it, at what time. Give yourself an allotted time. Like, I'm only going to take 20 minutes to do this out of your day to do that. So make some goals, make them specific. And then when you accomplish your goals, treat yourself. Reward yourself in a healthy way. With some chocolate. Maybe you like chocolate. If you're allergic to chocolate, that's really sad. I'm so sorry for you. Because chocolate is awesome and does wonders in the brain. Maybe take yourself out to dinner or go to dinner with someone else. Get like a big poster board and post it, like not arrogantly, but just, in a healthy way. Post it, on your door or in your room or in the house or on the fridge somewhere. Hey, I went and I did this and I accomplished this goal. And then, tell someone, to feel good about yourself in a healthy way. Keep things simple. Just keep them simple. Just don't try to be perfect, because no one's perfect. Romans 3:23 says, "For all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God." God's standard is perfection, but we can't reach it. So don't try because you're going to fail. Preaching to myself again. So tell yourself that it's okay to not be perfect. Remind yourself to keep things simple. I'm a firm believer that God, especially when it comes to salvation in Christ, He wants to make it simple because it's for everyone. And anything else in life, just try to keep it as simple as you can. Life is complex. I definitely understand that. I'm only 23. I don't know everything. I still have a lot to learn. But I do know that life is complex, and I tend to be one of those complex people where I make everything difficult. So, preaching to myself as well when I say just keep things simple. And you might be wondering, well, how can I do that? Because I have this I got to do, and this I got to do, and this I got to figure out, and this that I don't understand. Pray about it. Maybe you don't even believe in God, or don't think He exists. I don't know. Pray to the God that you may not even think exists and see what happens. Um, Prayer does wonders, and I'm preaching to myself because I'm having a hard time with that right now. So, um, trusting God is hard. Trusting anyone can be hard when you've been hurt or when you're going through difficult times, but easier said than done for some people. So, just make sure that you keep things simple, and also that you be gentle with yourself. Know how much you can handle. Know when you're pushing yourself too far and when you're not pushing yourself enough. And over time, you'll be able to realize that. I suggest seeing a counselor or a therapist if you're depressed. Medication is a great thing. I believe that medication can work. Depression medicine really can help you lift your mood, and I don't quite understand it enough. I haven't researched enough, but I do know that I think they're SSRIs or something like that. Your doctor would know, and you can research it as well. Just Google it or whatever search engine you use, and see what you can look up depression if you want to. Just get some information on it. Go to a good source. Don't go to Wikipedia. People change things on Wikipedia. That's not a legit site. Don't go there. Go somewhere else. Mayo Clinic. I don't know if I trust Mayo Clinic. I would try something else. Like maybe there's a depression foundation or something, like, because I know there's an international like OCD foundation. Go to a legit website about depression. Be careful what resources you look up. Talk to your doctor. Talk to a counselor. Talk to a therapist. Get information on depression and stuff like that, because then that might help you know what kind of medication you might need to help you with that. Getting sunlight can help. That's important. You want to get some sunlight even in the winter months. It's November right now. Weather's been pretty nice, pretty good. So, not bad yet. But even in the winter months, get some sunlight. If you aren't able to go outside, you can buy a lamp that puts off the UV rays, kind of like the sun does, in a healthy way. So you can get one of those. I don't know where to get one. You'll have to look it up. I have no idea. But just be gentle with yourself. Know how much you can handle. Like I said, talk to your doctor, talk to your therapist, figure it out, journal, whatever you got to do. You'll learn how much you can handle and how much you can't. Dance to some music. Sing, even if you think you can't. Everyone can sing. Everyone can sing. Play a sport. Do something with your family or with friends. Be around people. Have a support group. Have a support system. Because isolating yourself is not going to do you any good. That's just going to make it worse. And preaching to myself, I tend to think, I'm okay. I've got this all figured out. I don't need God. I don't need Jesus. I can just do whatever I want. I know everything. I'm perfect. And I can just, I'm fine. I got this under control. When really none of those things are true. Because I'm not perfect. I can't be perfect. It's impossible. I don't know everything, obviously. I'll never know everything. And I do need God. I do need Jesus. Everyone needs Jesus. So that we can go to heaven and have a personal relationship with God through Jesus Christ. Because Jesus, but God, they're the same. They're one. 3 in 1. Holy Spirit, God, and Jesus. They're one. In John 14:6, Jesus says, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. So anyway, just throwing that out there. I need Jesus. I'm pretty arrogant, and I need to remind myself I need Jesus. So if you struggle with that too, just remember that. You need Jesus. Okay, so dance to music, sing, or play a sport. Hey, make a list of things that you are thankful for. Um, oh boy, let's see. That's kind of hard, but when you make a list of things that you're thankful for, here, I have this, well, I have this sheet on gratitude. Um, it does something to you. It makes you think of, the non-negative stuff. It makes you, it increases your energy. It increases your level of optimism. It increases your empathy, feeling for others. It makes you feel more alive. It helps you express more compassion and kindness. It improves your immune system. It helps you sleep better. So that's amazing that gratitude can even help you sleep better. I did not know that. It helps you feel more connected with other people, and in your relationships. It can be motivating. Getting excited about the benefits of gratitude can be an advantage to you because it can give you the kickstart to maybe making some changes that you need to make in your life. And I know that the Bible definitely tells us to be thankful for everything, with prayer and supplication. Give thanks to God. I think the Bible says, and to be thankful for everything. So make a list of things that you're thankful for. Another one is get adequate sleep. Oh, my battery's gonna die. Make sure that you get adequate sleep. Hold on here. Because when you do not get adequate sleep, your brain is not going to be able to function as well as it can. So that can actually worsen your depression. So make sure that you get enough sleep. Another thing is try new things. Maybe try a new food. Try a new Try new clothes. Try wearing different clothes. You could try going somewhere that you've never been before. That would be great. So try new things. Some more thoughts about how you can help your depression. Be sensitive to your thoughts, your feelings, and your beliefs. Be honest with yourself. Don't bottle things inside or suppress your feelings, because if you're not honest with yourself, your depression is just going to get worse. Another thing is love yourself in a healthy way. Maybe you could treat yourself to a massage, or maybe you could treat yourself to an ice cream or going shopping or something like that. Or it could be maybe a more matter of the heart, or of the mind. Maybe you can just say good things about yourself. We all know we're imperfect, and so I think that most people agree that we're not perfect. Some people may or may not agree that we're actually sinners, that we willfully sin, which is doing things that God says are wrong, that we think, say, and do. We were born that way. But anyways, I forgot what I was trying to say. Oh no! What was I going to say? I have no idea where I was going with that. I totally just lost my train of thought, and I'm so sorry. Being sensitive to your thoughts, beliefs. Oh, loving yourself in a healthy way. Okay, yeah. Love yourself in a healthy way. Love yourself. Love yourself in a healthy way. Like the examples I mentioned, treating yourself to doing different things. Or it could just be saying good things about yourself. That's why I said that. Okay, yeah. Even though you're not perfect and you're a sinner, that's okay. It's not good to sin, but you're okay where you are. You just don't want to stay there. That's all I'm saying. Love yourself in a healthy way. Tell yourself that, I am beautiful. God made me beautiful. Or I'm handsome. God made me handsome. I can sing. I can dance. I like that I am a caring person. I like that I am a smart person. I like that I am able to love. I'm not really sure this is something I need to work on myself, so I don't know any other examples, but just love yourself in a healthy way. That's the one thing you can do to help yourself with depression. Another thing is you can allow yourself to cry and allow yourself to laugh. Play with children. Pray. Read a Bible. Fellowship with some people at church. Be okay with not knowing everything or not being perfect. Hey, go volunteer somewhere. Midwest Food Bank. If you live in the Midwest, that's a great place to volunteer, helping people get food. There's other ministries where you can feed the homeless, the down on their luck, the drug addicts, the sex offenders, all kinds of people, criminals. You can feed them at a soup kitchen. Or you could volunteer maybe at the library or something like that. You know, just get around people. Another thing you can do is identify what is meaningful to you and notice its place in your life. So identify what is meaningful to you and notice its place in your life. So that might be something like, my mom is really meaningful to me. She takes care of me, she loves me, she shows me affection. She has a big place in my life. She has a big role in my life. Something like that. If you have a job, which hopefully you do, talk with your coworkers. Try to get to know them more. Maybe go do fun things with them outside of work. Another thing is to just take each day step by step. Baby steps. It's hard for some people, like me, to try to stop trying to know everything or do everything, especially without God. So baby steps can be hard, but if you just keep talking with, say, a counselor or a therapist, your parents or whoever you live with, maybe you have a roommate, if you live by yourself, talking to your pet's not really going to work, so don't do that. You need some human feedback on how are you doing? Are you making progress? How are you feeling? What's really going on with you? Now, there's a time and a place to say your sob story, or, but people aren't going to pity you. And if they do, that's not a very healthy thing. Because if you're just going to tell people all your problems all the time, but you never do anything about them, like I used to do, and so still sometimes do, then, that's going to get really old after a while, and people are probably going to stop listening to you or maybe even hanging out with you. But I was just trying to encourage you to have a support group. It's okay to get encouragement and to get feedback on how you're doing and how you're feeling and what's going on with you. So those are some tips that I have for fighting depression, and I hope that they've been helpful to you. I hope that they were understandable, and in my next video I will be talking about a little bit about OCD and some thinking styles that we may have that are not quite right. So I hope that you enjoyed this video and that you watch the next one. The next one will be about obsessive compulsive disorder and scrupulosity, and you can find out what that is in my next video. So I hope to see you later, and thank you for listening. Bye.